Welcome back to my Legends Expanded Universe chronological timeline rating, where I go through the expanded universe according to my personal timeline order and rank every individual piece of media on a 10-point scale. Today we have the final issue of Tales of the Jedi, The Golden Age of the Sith. This is issue number 5. And in issue number 5, where we relaunch back into the story, Naga Sadow is down planet side while Ludocresh bombard the planet. And, Naga Sadow manages to convince Jory Daragon to escape back to the Republic because he swore he would get her back to the Republic. And so he convinces her to get on the ship and blast away, and so she's forced to leave her brother, and she narrowly escapes past Ludocresh's forces. So now Naga Sadow is down, trapped on the planet. Meanwhile, Jory Daragon, or Gav Daragon, because Jory escaped, meanwhile Gav Daragon, the brother, is way isolated, surveying the battle, and he's sad that Jory has escaped, but at the same time he's thinking, now I can learn all the Sith tricks that Naga Sadow can teach me. And Naga Sadow is being guided by the spirit of Mark Aragnos. So the spirit of Mark Aragnos seems to be on his side because he's there with Naga Sadow, looking at everything as Naga Sadow's plans unfold. And the whole time, his forces had not been down planet side like Ludocresh thought. So as Ludocresh's ships are bombarding the planet from the dark side of the moon, the other side of the moon, Naga Sadow's forces come down on Ludocresh and just obliterate them. And even Naga Sadow also has forces within some of the ships of Ludocresh. And the Sith Dorgal Ram is killed on his own ship, as well as Horak Mul. Horak Mul and Doral Gan are on their own ships when their servants rise up and kill them in the name of Naga Sadow. So he's got forces, he's got spies, he's got people loyal to him on Ludocresh's ships, as well as his secret force that was hiding behind the moon that he now sends in and just decimates Ludocresh's forces. The last panel is so cool because Jory Daragon's escaping, and Naga Sadow meanwhile is like, my plans are coming to fruition. I've beaten Ludocresh and now I will crush the Republic. And you're wondering, how will he do this? Well, on Jory Daragon's ship there is a tracking beacon. So although they did not know the way back into Republic space before, from when Ajunta Paul and all of them, Ajunta Paul and who else was there? Zozan and Karnas Mur, the three of them, when they were exiled and became Lords of the Sith by the Jedi, as depicted in some of the short stories I reviewed a couple episodes ago, they didn't know their way back. But now that there's a tracking beacon on Jory's ship, going right back into Republic space, now Naga Sadow and his Sith Empire have an avenue to strike back at the Republic. So thanks to Jory, and so this is the end of the arc. And thanks to Jory and Gav in this arc, who are down on their luck, they decide to do something risky and uncover something that is going to haunt the galaxy for the next several thousand years. This was a big mistake on their part. It seems so insignificant, yet this act brings the Sith back into galactic events. Hugely important issue, hugely important series. This sets up the next arc beautifully. You're enthralled and really excited to see where it goes next. I actually think issue 5 is the best of the series. That's why I would give it a 6 stars out of 10. But what about you guys? What would you give this issue out of 10? I think there was a lot of great parts to this issue. The story has reached its conclusion, and you are excited about where the story is going next. But that is a topic for another video, because Tales of the Jedi, I think it's the fall of the Sith Empire. It's after the Golden Age of the Sith, it's fall of the Sith Empire. And so I will review issue 1 of Fall of the Sith Empire next time, because these two comic series, Golden Age of the Sith and Fall of the Sith Empire, work in tangent together. But Golden Age of the Sith does a great job of showing how the Sith are rediscovered, how the Sith are coming back into galactic events. It sets it up really well. Overall, this comic series is really good. I really like the comic series overall. Overall, I would probably give it a 5 out of 10. It is a solid, really, really good comic series for this prequel one. I didn't remember liking Kevin J. Anderson's prequels that much. I always thought they were okay, maybe a bit confusing, but now that I have the context of all those short stories from Ryder Wyndham, I really enjoyed it a lot more this time around. So that's why I would say the short stories from the Essential Guides by Ryder Wyndham and Jason Fry, those are pretty essential because those gave me the perfect context for this comic series that I really didn't have before, and that made me enjoy it a lot more than last time. Solid series. This issue gets a 6 out of 10. It was my favorite issue of the series. Events are now in motion, and I can't wait to talk about where those events go. Again, I ask you guys, what did you think of this issue? What would you give Tales of the Jedi, The Golden Age of the Sith #5 out of 10?